Gerard Butler has a trilogy on his hands, but is it any good? What's going on, everyone? Welcome to a brand new movie review. Today I'm going to be discussing the new action film with Gerard Butler, Angel Has Fallen. Now, of course, this is the third installment in the Has Fallen series. We had Olympus Has Fallen, we had London Has Fallen, which I did not see. I saw Olympus Has Fallen and actually really liked that, but I skipped London because I didn't hear too many great things about it, and I was kind of always going, why are we getting a sequel to this? And surprisingly enough, I didn't actually know there was a sequel coming out for this one just until a couple months ago when I was like, they made another one. Okay. This stars Gerard Butler, of course, as Agent Mike Banning, who is framed for the attempted assassination of the president, played by Morgan Freeman, and must evade his own agency and the FBI as he tries to uncover the real threat. Here's the thing when it comes to this movie. You know what it is. It's a generic action movie. A definite one that if you were scrolling through cable, you're going to click on and you're like, hey, that was a nice little fun time. And definitely walking out of theater, I can say the same thing. It was a fine action movie. Walked out. Oh, that was cool. Never watched it again. And that's the thing, because Olympus Has Fallen I actually really liked. I like the grittiness of it. I love the hard R-rated take on it, and the action sequences in there were pretty well done. And again, I have not seen London Has Fallen, so I can't really speak on that one. But when it comes down to this one, it just seemed like they kind of tried to take a more humane approach to Gerard Butler's character and trying to flesh him out a little bit more from what I can remember of Olympus Has Fallen. And when it comes to Olympus Has Fallen, the thing that I will actually say that this film improved on widely than that one was that it actually went into his backstory. You get to know a little bit more about Banning, and there was a nice little family element in here that really kept the film afloat, to be honest. Besides that, the story is pretty standard. It's honestly super predictable. The second the story had started, and knowing just the synopsis walking in from the trailer, I was sitting there, I'm like, I know exactly where this is going to go. I know every single twist and turn that's going to happen. And as I was watching the movie, I'm sitting there, I'm like, yep, that's the first one. Oh, that's the second one, and damn, that's the third one. I knew those were all going to happen. I hate when that happens. I hate how easy it was to guess how predictable the story could have been. And again, that's why it kind of just turns down into a generic action film. I don't expect, like, the best story from this film. I just expected some fun action with a nice little plot in there. And while the plot is fine for the most part, the predictability of it was a little bit jarring, how really predictable it was. Plus, what actually was also jarring was some of the shot scenes. I was actually quite surprised to see how some of the shots were shot. I mean, really, there's a couple scenes where the camera kind of goes in and out of focus, and I don't know if that was like their way of showing something, but there's one on a couple where you see this car, like there's a car chase, and it goes in and out randomly, and I'm like, can you not get the camera to focus? I mean, usually, like, it just felt, again, jarring. And there's certain editing choices when it comes down to also the action sequences that did feel jarring. I think the thing that was the most crazy thing about this movie was it seemed like the action sequences were an afterthought. Besides the last one. The last one was actually really damn good. But besides that, everything else beforehand, there's not that much action in this series. Really at all. A lot of it's just talking. When it comes to this type of movie, I expect way more action than I definitely got in this movie, and it's a little bit weird to say that. Like, it did truly feel like the action was a little bit of an afterthought, and that really, even one of them really felt poorly done, and it's like, oh, hey, like, the test audiences, when we tested this movie, don't like it. They didn't say there was enough action. Oh, let's just do one at night. And there's a couple ones at night where, like, you can't see anything going on. Not like the editing's, like, all shaky and stuff, which thank God it wasn't, but it's dark. Or in general, there's just not really anything going on in the movie. It's running from here, running to there, getting some missions, blowing up some stuff here, running from here, running to there, talking to this person, talking to that person. It really is a standard generic action movie. And Gerard Butler is good in the role. He's really good in these types of roles. Morgan Freeman is great in the role as well. And there's also one actor in here that I did not know was in here, but I'm not going to say who it is. I really liked it. I really liked his performance, and I'll leave it there because I don't want to spoil it for people who will be excited for this movie. Before I give you guys my final thoughts on this movie, make sure to hit that like and subscribe when you guys are new here. I do tons of early movie reviews and all sorts of geeky content on this channel on a daily basis, and plus you guys can also go over to Sam Sean Films on how to see films early like this, and plus, of course, big round of applause for all my Patreon supporters, because without them, I wouldn't be able to do this. Angel Has Fallen had a cool concept to it. It definitely went into this knowing it was going to be a generic action movie, but I walked out just thinking it was fine. It's not a bad movie. It's not one of the worst films I've seen all year long, and not at one point did it piss me off where I wanted to walk out of the theater. I just felt like it was a very churned out action movie that we get a couple times a year, and definitely on cable, this is probably going to be a great watch. Fans of this trilogy will have some fun moments to it. There's some nice banter here and there. There's a really great family element to the whole action set pieces that actually really added to the series and added to Gerard Butler's character. But while it's that prevalent inside the story, and, of course, the story, it's fine, it's whatever. The predictability and the twists are a little bit too obvious and too way on the nose. And, again, it is fun, I guess, but the thing is it just, there's not much to this movie. You've seen it so many times before, and it just felt like it was a bunch of other films mixed together, whether it's The Fugitive, Taken 3, or any other action film that you could really speak about. It's not a bad movie. It's just fine. You're going to walk out, you're going to see it, you're going to be like, that was cool. And then you're going to forget about it in probably like T-minus 3 days. With all that said, I'm going to give Angel Has Fallen a C for a great cable watch. Thank you guys again so much for watching this video. You guys are seriously all the best. Make sure to comment down below and let me know what your guys' thoughts are on this franchise. You guys like the franchise? Are you guys excited for this one? Are you not excited for this one? Let's talk about it down below in the comments, guys. Thank you guys again so much for watching this. And of course, until next time, stay classy.